Hey guys, welcome back to Mystifying Miracles. Today's story, oh man, it's amazing. So you have to watch this one. It's about an accident that occurred in 2016, a car accident. And in the process of this happening, a baby goes missing that was in the car. So stay tuned and I'm going to dive into it. Okay, so the date, it was November 25th, 2016. The time was around 7 p.m. And this accident actually took place in Texarkana, Arkansas. So there was a car carrying 5 people and they were driving down I-30. And as they're driving along, like a lot of accidents on the highway, an 18-wheeler came along and he tried to change lanes. And in the process, he actually clipped this car carrying all these people. In the car, there were Jakesha Colson, her aunt, Shamira Colson, her mother's friend, Trina Johnson, Trina's daughter, Justice Lawson, who I believe was the driver, and Jakesha's baby girl, 8-month-old Bryce Hale. Now, as the big rig is changing lanes, it clips and hits the car. When that happens, obviously the airbags deploy. Now, one of them I know deployed so forcefully and probably in combination with the crash itself, as it popped out, it hit Trina Johnson so hard that it forced her out into the road, like threw her from the car or helped to do that process. And she's now out in the middle of the road. Obviously, that's an extremely scary sight, I'm sure. And it all happened so fast. So as soon as Justice notices her mother Trina in the road and she composes herself, she gets out to go tend to her. And I mean, she immediately, just living through that, she thought right off the bat her mom was gone. But once she went up to her in the road, she realized, oh my gosh, she's still alive. In fact, she gave a quote to a news station and she said, "I looked down and all I saw was blood on me. All I could say was, 'Mama, you're still alive? I thought you were dead.'" End quote. Now, she starts tending to her mom and helping her mom. Meanwhile, Jakesha, she's back, still near the car or in it, and she's freaking out. She is in full panic mode. Reason being, her 8-month-old Bryce, nowhere to be found. Jakesha frantically starts looking everywhere in the car, around the car, the road, the highway, the side of the highway, everything. And I mean, you can imagine just how scary that must have been for her. She also quoted to a news station after the fact, Jakesha did, and she says, "I started running up and down the highway, looking everywhere for her, calling her name. I didn't hear a baby crying, no baby screaming, nothing. I panicked. I thought she was gone." End quote. Once rescuers came and got on the scene, now they are searching for baby Bryce. Everybody's working together, looking and searching and confused, like, where in the world is this baby? So about 15, maybe 20 minutes passes by that they're searching frantically for her. And firefighters, they hear a sound, and the smallest noise that they picked up was coming from a small patch of hay that happened to be about 25 feet from the crash site. Upon further inspection around that hay patch, they found a storm drain. In the storm drain, they found 8-month-old baby Bryce. And that's not even, you gotta listen to the details of this, guys. First off, one of the firefighters that found her, his name was Josh Moore, and he also gave a quote. He says, "The baby was sitting up and looking up at us to pull her out. There had to be some kind of divine intervention for her to be okay." So she had maybe a small scratch is what I found in most news reports. That's it. No broken bones, no stitches, no nothing. She was fine. And, lifting up her arms, ready to be like a little kid is, picked up to get out of the storm drain. Like, how? And not only that, but the bars on this storm drain, they were close together, like not like right on each other, but close together to where you look at it and you say, not even a baby can just fly in there. Like, you know what I mean? So that was crazy. In fact, Jakisha said, as she's standing there and watching it all happen and just probably feeling a flood of relief, she said that all the firefighters trying to work together to pull the baby out, they had to turn her body in all these different ways. So like her head in one way, her body, legs, arms, different ways, just to get her up and out between those bars. So it wasn't like they could just reach down and be like, whoop, she's out. You know what I mean? So knowing that, how did that even happen? I don't even know. Also, as that's happening, Trina Johnson, who was in the road, is getting tended to. And from what I could find in most news reports that I saw, she was the only one that had to do like a hospital stay, and it didn't say how long. So I don't know the extent of her injuries, but I do know that it wasn't anything crazy like a traumatic brain injury or anything like that. It was just tending to some injuries she got, and she survived and was okay, as was everyone else. The 18-wheeler, the driver of that, it did end up getting charged with improper and unsafe lane change. And then also after the crash, an investigation was done by officials, and they found that the car seat that little Bryce had been in was actually installed improperly. So that contributed to little Bryce going through the windshield and somehow into this storm drain. But officials even declared it was a miracle, because that adding factor of the car seat not being installed right, that even makes it more sensational that this baby survived. The mother, Jakisha, also knows without a doubt, miracle. She saw it, or, she was in it and then saw her baby being taken out of the storm drain. So, all right, guys, I apologize for my camera. My memory card apparently got full and it stopped on me. So I just had a few last things to share with you guys about little Bryce's story. And I just wanted to finish up by saying, what in the world, guys? Like, how did a baby get in that drain? It had to be supernatural. It had to have been God, because, she couldn't have just flown into it easily. And I wanted to know you guys' opinion of this story. And, what do you guys think? Had you heard of this one before? I just found it jaw-dropping, really, when I read it, and I had to share it with you all. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a fantastic week, and I'm going to see you guys for the next one.